I'm responding to Dana's questions. Dana had a 3-part question. Dana, you need to book a coaching session, but I'm going to try my best. One, she wants to know if there are any scheduling apps where people can apply to get on a contract officer's schedule. No, there's no scheduling apps. And yes, she said that every RFP is different, which is true. Every RFP is different. So don't expect section L to be at the top of one document and to be at the back of another document. It can be different places all the time. So this is why you're gonna have to make an intentional effort to really focus on government contracts if this is something you want to do. So I will say to you, read the RFP very comprehensively. But as far as any scheduling and booking apps, no, there is no scheduling and booking apps. The second part to your question is how to get government contacts. Well, usually there are none. The government is very cryptic, and rightfully so, because they will have everyone emailing them about opportunities. So what we do as a practice within our company is when opportunities come available, whether we like them or not, we start collecting those email addresses and putting them into an email database, or like you can put it in your MailChimp. We use ActiveCampaign, and we start just collecting email addresses for opportunities that may come out in our NAICS code, in our industry, or our subject matter type of business. That's one of the ways that you can also start collecting these email addresses. But they're not going to make it convenient for you, right? So there's not going to be a scheduling app where this opportunity comes out and they send out an email because you're registered in the national in SAM, and then they say, hey, this opportunity is out. We want to collect email addresses. We want to set up appointments. It doesn't work like that. They have to know that you want them. So a lot of this stuff is going to come from being at industry days, meeting people at industry days, like literally putting your shoes on, your boots on, your heels on, whatever you put on, your Doc Martens on, and going to these events and meeting and networking with people and telling them that you have an interest in working with them. But that is going to be the best way for you to build relationships. Working with the government is not paper and pen. It's not something that is so organized where we have an opportunity, we send it out to everyone on the SAM, we set up all these appointments, because there are millions of people in the world, right? Millions of people in the US, who want to do government contracting. So if they were to send that out to everyone who was interested, who had a NAICS code of 54192, then they will get thousands of people. So they can't do that. So you have to go out, you have to do the industry days, you have to put the effort in to let them know, like, hey, I'm interested in you. Are you interested in me? Sending them information. It's a lot of networking. Most of our opportunities come from me meeting people, me networking with people, and then through referrals and word of mouth. But once you get that first 1 or 2 contracts, that's a really good start. But no, there's not going to be a scheduling app. Different agencies do things different ways. Some do different ways. I will tell you though, that responding to the sources salts and responding to the RFIs, requests for information, is the first step. That is what the government sends out to see if they have an interest, if you have an interest in the opportunity. At one time before, they would send the RFP out to everyone, but they're not doing that anymore. Now what they're doing is they're sending the RFPs out only to people who respond to the RFIs and sources salts, which makes sense, right? Because if you're not going to respond to the sources salts and our RFI, do you really want the business? Do you really want to put the work in? So they're going to give the RFP, the final proposal opportunity, to people who are interested in really doing the front end work to say that they want to move forward and see if they could get business. So I'm going to basically consolidate it into 3 key pieces of information because I just talked a lot. One is, no, there's no way to schedule. You have to reach out to the individual organizations, build relationships, network at industry days or any kind of events and conferences they may have. That's one. 2, You have to do the source of SALT and RFI to say that you have an interest in their organization. So when those opportunities come out, even though they aren't the RFP, make sure you complete them, do a good job at those so they know you have an interest in their organization. And then you can follow up with them to say, hey, I sent them my source of SALT, my RFI. Can I do a capabilities presentation to you? That's the second way. And 3, make sure that you collect their email addresses, and you just start collecting email addresses from the opportunities that you see anywhere that's in your NAICS code in your subject area. Just start collecting those email addresses, put them in an email database, and as you're doing great things, just send out a little tickler or email push to say, hey, we just got a contract, we just did this work, look at our sample work, we just hired this person, and just keep them up to date. Don't spam them, but just reach out to them and send an individual email letting them know what you're up to. So those are 3 different things that you can do, and good luck.